How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting, and welcome back to the Uncivilized Run, where we are going through the game not using lightsabers or force powers at all, at least with our main character. And I'm trying to not use force users in general, but there have been exceptions, A, because I've been forced to, and B, it just was too much of a hassle to permanently lock it all down. But today we're going to have a bit of an interesting one because we're on my favorite planet, Manaan, and we've also saved it for last, so this will have some of the most challenging fights. But it's also an interesting one because there's a lot more politicking that will be going on. There's also a story that involves Jolee as a character, and so until we do that side quest, I'm going to bring Jolee along on the team, but as soon as we're done with it, he's heading back to the ship. So just keep that in mind, but that's just because I want him involved in some of the plot that we find here. We've lost some of the side story access to some of the other characters, but that's okay. I mean, Killy the Bid wasn't all that invested in that anyway. So we're going to go down and we're going to go take care of all that stuff. And yeah, we're going to see what happens on Manaan. But yeah, this is my favorite planet, though. You got to get used to Selkath noises because you're going to be hearing it a lot. Oh, there's also a contact we need to make while we're here by ourselves. But yeah, let's take care of this.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
I'm not a Jedi, but here's the thing. Was that the first accounted use of the word simp? This game came out in like 2009 or something? No, earlier than that, like 2007. Or even maybe earlier than that. I don't know. But that was, he absolutely used the word simp. Okay, it probably wasn't like an exclusive word to now, but it definitely is used a lot more now than it was before. It's all right.
No, really. I should apologize. I should try to control myself, as you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with?
I can understand why the Sith upset you so much. It's obvious why. I think we're, like, I guess I'll ask a few questions.
Well, of course, I'm always willing to help a Jedi. What do you require?
Why are there Sith on Manaan just walking around?
Well, for the Kolto, of course. Really, that's the only reason anyone would want to be here. It's the only reason the Selkath built Ahto City in the first place, to explore Kolto.
What is Kolto? This is good for you guys to know in case you don't know, but this is interesting. It's like what you normally see in Star Wars is Bacta, which is a healing fluid, but this is before Bacta.
You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what Kolto is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that Kolto is only found naturally on Manaan, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what Kolto bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites.
So the Republic and Sith both stay here.
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Okay. Never mind, I must go.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that?
Oh, yeah,
have
sure.
Have a pleasant stay, Master
Sure,
Jedi.
got it. All right, yeah, so I want to see, like, there's a journal entry, so quest that we got. A Twi'lek named Senekvak gave you data pad claims he dropped. Gaharan says to see Hulas on Manaan. Come alone or not at all. So like when I see Hulas, I need to drop my companions off and go take care of that. Alright, so we're gonna talk to Selkath, but just keep in mind, if you don't like the sounds that you're gonna hear, well, I guess after this talk. Greetings, human! A word if I may. It concerns the Dark Lord of the Sith. You mean Malak? No, human, I mean the true Lord of the Sith. I'm talking of Darth Revan. Of you. Who are you? Listen to me. All will be made clear. My name is Ziagram. I am a businessman, and I partner deals in rare items of extraordinary value and power. You're with the exchange. No, we are not. We are independent operators, though we often our transactions involve those who represent the exchange. Traditionally, we've always done business with our owner, the Ebon Hawk, Davik Kong. Most recently, Ahita Otor before him, 4G Hawks before her, and we were reluctant to approach you. You had no ties to the exchange, which was a problem. Even worse, you were a Jedi, not the sort of person we normally associate with. So why are you approaching me now? There were reports of the Ebon Hawk traveling to many different planets. We wanted to know what you were up to. At your last port, I placed a small tracking device on your ship. The tracking device reported back to us that you'd been captured by the Leviathan. Once we had that information, we began digging into our sources with the Sith fleet. What sources? There are millions of soldiers in the Sith fleet. Surely you aren't surprised that some of them will sell information. Even high-ranking officers aren't immune to the lure of easy credits. Your escapades on the Leviathan created quite a stir in the Sith fleet. Of course, Malak tried to suppress the truth about your identity. There were more than a few summary executions. But even if security footage is destroyed and witnesses silenced, some bits of information always slip through. Spend enough credits to gather tiny pieces, and the puzzle becomes clear. We know what happened on the Leviathan. At least we know enough. You are Darth Revan, and you're going to kill Malak for daring to claim dominance over the Sith. How does this involve you? My partner and I deal in very rare, powerful items. Weapons, armors, things you could use in battles against Malak and the Sith. And you're just going to give me these items. I don't carry the items on me, of course. They're with my partner, but they're yours. If you've got credits to buy them, we want to make a profit on this after all. Just go to Dresh de Katina on Korriban. There's a Rodian there named Mika Dore. Tell Mika that Zigron sent you and to look for premium items. I'll check it out next time I'm on Korriban. Mika already knows to expect you. Like I said, I'll tell her you want to look at the premium items. I guess my work here's done. Goodbye, Revan. And once Malak is beaten, don't forget who helped you to victory. So, about that, we'll go back and check out that store later. We also should probably check out the store on Yavin 4 before we kick off the finale of the game. But this is a Selkath. They're fun, but the acting and the voices they use are terrible. So just brace yourself for that. Greetings, human, and welcome to Althal City, Visitors Provincial Stand. We are here to provide visitors with all manner of indigenous treats and products produced right here in Manaan. We carry all manner of food and provisions. We have contracts with resellers across the world to provide you, the customer, with the best shopping experience possible. Nubasa. Oh, even though he's joined, ever since he's joined your group, Jolee has been a somewhat mysterious character. Maybe you should speak to him about his choice to come with you. All right, let's speak.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Why did you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an uller in mating season. Oh, frightful.
So you wanted to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of a synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
No, seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Is this a comment on my breath?
No, but it could be. An Anduvian salt tablet would clear that right up, you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes, Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
I've never heard of him.
No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. that overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
You're making all this up.
I am not. I've no need to make things up. With my poor memory and all. You just sit still and let me finish, damn it.
He's like a grandpa.
Andor's downfall. I was pretty
Hey,
young
Andor,
myself
that's
when it
funny.
happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
I just like, it's just funny that we have like a popular show about a Star Wars character now named Andor. I wonder if the name was inspired by this game or if it just is a happenstance coincidence. How are we talking?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
How did you know?
Swirling force, remember? Jedi here. Granted, I was just interpreting the signs, but we get trained in that sort of thing, more or less. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed too, or else could have just been gurgling noises. No, well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming.
Why are you laughing?
Something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
I hate you, old man. I don't hate him, but like, it's like, gosh darn it. But how can you be sure Andor's responsible?
What, are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Yes, Grandpa. Grandpa, I love him. He's such a good character. Port official. Welcome to Manaan. While you're here, I trust you will follow the rules governing activities of off-worlders. Don't worry, I'll follow the rules. There's a docking fee of 100 credits. You'll have to pay the fee each time you dock on Manaan or you'll not be permitted in Alto City. Make it 50 credits, you got a deal. The amount of the fee is legislated by Manaan Board of Trade and Tourism. I'm not at liberty to hag on the matter. Very well. The Manaan Board of Trade and Tourism thanks you, off-worlder. Here's a visitor's guide and a map to the city. Refer to it should you have any questions. The gates of Alto City are now open to you. You may come and go as you please, so long as you do not leave the planet. If you do, you will have to pay the docking fee once more. Mental note, don't leave if we can avoid it. Hello, droid. Here we are. West side. Lots of Selkath. There's a strange rumbling going on in the background. Let's see. East Central Courtyard. Yeah, let's go see what's in the East Central Courtyard. That sounds interesting. Oh, here is another tussle.
Your precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
Ooh, sounds like things are going great. Ah, here's our contact. Okay. So, party selection. By myself. A human! There are Selkath everywhere. But you choose to speak with me. Am I so different? Do you think I have an answer the others do not? It's a rather strange greeting. These are strange times. The Sith and Republic battle to control the galaxy, but their war destroys what they both seek to possess. The war sows fear and confusion. People are lost. They want guidance, direction. They have questions. They seek answers. That's why I am here, to seek answers. Who are you? A name. There's power in names, yet the name itself alone means nothing. I am Hulas, a traveler from the world of Duro. And what is your name, human? Seni Vec gave me a message to see you. Seni did not think you would come, but I knew better, Killy the Bid. It is good that you have come alone, for if you had come with others, I would not speak to you of these things. I am Hulas of the Genohoradran, a secret society of bounty hunters. For 1,000 generations we've existed, but always hidden beneath an impenetrable veil. Ooh, I've never heard of you. If you ever have, we are a shadow, darkness, and night. We are less than the whisper or thought. We have managed to keep our existence a secret far longer than most could ever imagine. If you are ever foolish enough to tell anyone about our defeating or the Gohardar's existence, they would not believe you. They would probably think you were paranoid or mentally unstable. Not even those closest to you can know what have approached you. If we ever speak to me around those companions, I will not discuss the Genohoradran. Do you understand, Killy the Bid? I understand. I believe you speak the truth, Killy the Bid, but remember this. If you ever betray us, this opportunity will be lost forever. Few among the galaxy have ever heard the Genohoradran. They never see us. They do not know we're there. They don't know we exist. If you do not follow our rules, we will vanish. You will be like the others. You will never see us again. We will be nothing but a figment of your imagination. But if you swear to keep the secrets of our order, you will learn of a forbidden society known only to a handful throughout the galaxy. I'll preserve your secrecy. Excellent, Killy the Bid. We have high hopes for you within the guild. If you prove yourself worthy, listen closely and I'll give you your first glimpse into our secret world. We, Genohoradran, are an ancient guild of elite bounty hunters. For thousands of years, we have been at work throughout the galaxy, limiting our targets in near total secrecy. How does anyone hire you if nobody knows you exist? If the highest quarters of power, a handful of people know we exist and contact us. Of course, these people are smart enough to keep this knowledge carefully guarded secret. And on very rare occasions when we are seeking new clients, one of our guild masters will approach a powerful political figure and offer our services when the time is ripe. It's interesting. It reminds me of the Dark Brotherhood from Elder Scrolls. So what does this have to do with me? By killing Kylo Nord, you have shown a great potential. The Genohoradran could use someone like you if you are willing, and if you work for us, it could be great aid to the Republic. How killing an innocent... Why would the Genohoradran protect the Republic? The Genohoradran have a vested interest in preserving the Republic. It's a perfect cover for our work. We operate behind the scenes, manipulating events through subtle machinations. Do you think the Republic has persisted for 15,000 years by mere accident? If not for our influence, distasteful as our methods may be to some, the Republic would have collapsed long ago. We understand the bureaucracy of the Republic. We have learned how to alter the course of political events under the existing regime. We have no wish to see the Republic fall. That's a little hard to believe. It is one of the reasons our existence has remained secret for so long. Nobody wants to believe in a secret society manipulating and controlling events on the grand scale. Rumors and hints of our existence are dismissed as paranoid fantasies, but we do exist, Killy the Bid, and we have come to ask you to join us. What's in this for me? As I said earlier, your efforts here will help the Republic. By aiding us, you'll earn the right to join an exclusive organization with the power to alter the very course of galactic history. And of course, there's a simple reason for all of this. The Genohoradran reward their agents very, very well. Alright, what do I have to do to join? As you can imagine, joining the Genohoradran is not a simple process. To begin, we need proof of your loyalty and your competence. When you feel you're ready, I'll give you a task, a target who must be eliminated. Of course, you will have to come alone whenever you wish to discuss the Genohoradran business. I'm ready to prove myself worthy. Killing Kylo Nord was an impressive display of your skill, but there's more to the Genohoradran than merely killing. To preserve secrecy of our order, agents must be discreet. You must be able to find and eliminate a target without drawing undue attention. You can never mention your assignment to others, not even your closest allies. Also, you cannot ask people for information on your target. You must complete your mission using only the information I will provide. I understand. Who's the target? Your first mission is a simple one. Eliminate a Rhodian anti-Republic terrorist named Lorgal. Tell me about Lorgal. Lorgal is a radical who wants to destroy the Republic through terrorist acts. He is responsible for over 24 bombings, leaving hundreds of civilians dead. He was recently captured as being held prisoner at Republic base here on Manaan, awaiting transport to Coruscant for trial, and a chance to publicly voice his radical beliefs. We do not want to give him that chance. You must find a way to kill him before he leaves Coruscant, but you must be subtle. It must look like an accident or an unexplainable death. The Republic would be glad to get rid of Lorgal, so they won't investigate his death closely. As long as he isn't struck down by a weapon in his cell, the Goharajin will be satisfied. Is there anything else? Remember, tell no one about this. There are others with you when you confront Lorgal. Make it seem like you're acting on behalf of the Republic, not the Goharajin. That's all for now. Return to me when Lorgal is dead, and you'll be suitably rewarded. Alright, so we have an assassination mission. Can't possibly anything go wrong with that, right? Oh, my throat's giving out. Alright, now we're good. Let's see what's going on around here. Oh, there's like something over here. Excuse me, Zaalbar. General store.
How much for all this stuff, Tyvark?
Price it? Month's pay. But since you're a member of the Republic, I'll charge you a week's salary.
Thanks, Tyvark. Catch you next week.
Interesting. So he obviously favors one side. Or at least he says he does. Have you heard of the news? They say the Sith slaughtered a secret Jedi outpost in Tatooine in a vile, cowardly sneak attack. Yet, despite the monstrous act, the Selkath authorities insist on maintaining neutrality, and the Sith walk among us like vermin in the streets of Alto City. But my feelings about the Sith are well known around Alto City. I shall spare you no further outposts. What may I do for you? Let me see what you've got in stock. As you wish, human, my inventory contains the finest architect equipment you can find in Manaan, all of it for far superior to Zerg Corporation's swill the Sith are so fond of. Republic emissary. Here we go. Embassy. There we go.
Welcome to Manaan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid.
Let's see. Let's see. I have some questions about Alto City. Actually, no, I'm on a mission from the Jedi Council. Perhaps you can help me with it.
Oh, of course. Of course, I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council.
I seek a star map, remnants of an ancient and forgotten race.
An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manaan?
You know something?
Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first.
Of course. Come on, tell me.
No. You do what I want and maybe I can help you out. Until then, nothing.
What do you want me to do?
We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Alto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Firaxan sharks, but while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back.
Where is the droid?
It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manaan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do.
Oh, lovely. How do I get to the Sith base?
There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far.
Is there another way?
We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for passcards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way.
I wonder if it's a security check, I actually might be able to do that, but if it's a computer skill check, then no. Was there another way?
The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith masters use this bay to land. Then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith Enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first?
I think I'll try to decrypt the pass card.
Good choice. We've been working at that for a while, but it's been too difficult so far. Maybe you'll have better luck. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see about getting you that information.
Very good. Alright, let's go inside. Plus, I got business in here anyway. So that's Lorgal. He's the target. And the Sith prisoner.
So, you're the one Roland has got to help us interrogate this prisoner. I hope your Jedi powers will come in useful. This one has been most resistant. He's a Sith spy we picked up a little while ago, snooping around outside trying to get in. We thought he was suspicious and brought him inside when the Selkath weren't looking. But it seems the Sith have done a pretty good job of conditioning this guy, and we haven't been able to break him yet.
I'll be back.
Well, if it's so important, just go then. Not like losing that droid would do anything harmful, like getting us banned from Manaan.
I'm sorry, I wanted to try the other thing first. I also need to, like, try the computer here. Oh, jeez. Well, oopsies. Oopsie daisy.
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck, you're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns.
What kind of holes?
The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. Well, the second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. No, I don't want to do any of these things. Okay, let's try and do this. Decrypt the pass card. Alright, 1, 2, 4, 7, 11, 16. You add the last number to the current number. So you add you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, so 6. So that'd be 22. Alright, subtractive matrix. 21, 18, 16, 15, 15, 16. 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. Multiplicative matrix. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. The divisive matrix. 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. Exponential matrix. 1, 32, 81, 64, 25. So 1, 32. I don't know about this one. He's right, this is complicated. 1, 32, 81, 64, 25. They're all squares, and it's exponential. 9 squared is 81, 8 squared is 64, 5 squared is 25. 16 and 16 is 32, right? 16 plus 16 is 32. So that's 4 and 4. Wait, so 1 to the power of anything 2 to the power of 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Power 5. 6 to the power 4. 8 to the power 3. 5 to the power of 2. Then the next one would be 6. Because it's 6 to the power of 1. Yes! Ooh! Fetch! So, like, what was happening there is that the core number was ascending, but the power was descending. So, it was like starting out, the base number was bigger, was smaller, like started off as 2. Well, it started 1 to the power of, I think, 6, and then 2 to the power of 5, and then, or maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, you get what I'm saying, though, right? Now, logarithmic matrix, terminal sequence pairs, 10, 0, 8, 3, 32, 5, 128. 8 times 3 is 32, right? And 32 times 5 is... I think that's what it might be. I think it's 7 if it follows that pattern. Sweet! I did it! Holy crap! Yes! Woo! Let's go brag to this dude.
Hey, great! You sliced the encryption on those cards. They change the codes regularly, so you'll have to use it pretty soon or not at all.
Fetch, man. That's awesome. Greetings once again, Killy the Bit, or should I say, Revan. How'd you know that? Don't be naive. I am the Genoharadran. We are bounty hunters, assassins, and spies. We have agents with the Republic. We have agents with the Sith. Did you really think you wouldn't know about your little encounter on the Leviathan? Although I will admit I was surprised as you, the Jedi, did a remarkable job of faking your death. So what happens now? I will admit, my first impulse on hearing this news was to disappear. The Genoharadran don't become directly associated with such prominent figures as former Dark Lords of the Sith. But then I began to realize the potential advantages of the situation. Assuming you completed the task required of your initiation to the guild, you could be very valuable to us. So for now, little has changed. I will keep your secret, just as you kept ours. I am curious how the events will play out between you and your old apprentice. If the situation becomes dangerous, we Genoharadran will simply disappear. We have done so in the past, but for now, we'll continue your initiation into the guild. Is there anything else, Killy the Bid? Lorgal is dead. Yes, Killy the Bid, the agents I sent to watch you have reported back to me. Concerning Lorgal's death, you should take pride in a job well done. And, as promised, here's your reward for the task. A poisoned vibroblade forged exclusively for the use of those within their guild. It'll serve you well, I am sure. The assignment was only the beginning, Killy the Bid. A small test, which you passed to say I'm pleased to say you passed, but now a more difficult challenge awaits you. There are 3 targets that the Genoharadran will want you to remove. You can eliminate all 3, then you gain a full membership in our ancient guild. The first is a Gamorrean named Warren Darstrad. The second is a shapeshifter called Rulan Porlik. The third is a Selkath known as Ithorak Guldar. Let's talk about Guldar. We're here on Manaan. Ithorak isn't violent like Rulan or Vorn, but in many ways he's far more dangerous. He's a con artist and blackmailer who's taken millions of credits from rich and powerful families. He also deals in secrets and information. These can be far more deadly than any blaster. But Ithorak is careful. We know he's somewhere here in Manaan, but we don't know where. All we know is how to contact him. There's a Twi'lek named Vek at the Manaan swoop track, and he sets up a meeting between you and Ithorak. Why would Vex set a meeting up between us? Ithorak possesses the merchant of rare antiquities. It's a perfect cover for his real work, gives him access to rich and powerful families without drawing suspicion. You'll have to convince Vec if you represent a buyer interested in purchasing some rare art from Ithorak. Convince Vec and he'll set up a meeting. The meeting is your one chance to take Ithorak out, but be careful. He'll choose the time and place, so he's not going to leave himself vulnerable. Alright, tell me about Vorn Darasad. Vorn's a freelance bounty hunter. Very, very good, but he's built too sadistic for our taste. He likes to sacrifice an effective kill for the pleasure of watching his victims suffer. The Genoharadran will tolerate a certain amount of competition, but Vorn has become too dangerous. You'll be surprised at how much political damage one rogue assassin can inflict. Vorn was last seen on Tatooine. We suspect he's taking a break from hunting sentients by going after a crate dragon. We don't want him to leave the Dune Sea alive. I'll find Vorn and bring him down. Oh, actually, any tips for this mission? Just be careful when you face off against him. Vorn doesn't travel alone. He's always got his assault droid close at hand. The two of them make a formidable pair. Tell me about Rulan Porlik. We don't know much about Rulan, except that he's some kind of shapeshifter. We don't know if it's his natural ability or the result of some powerful alien technology. but we suspect he's behind several prominent assassinations in the Outer Rim. The Genoharajan are worried he might decide to move his operations closer to the Galactic Core. With his ability to assume virtually any form, he could wreak havoc in the Galactic Senate. We aren't about to let that happen. So how do I find someone who could look like anyone? Finding Rulan won't be easy, but we have reports he may be on Kashyyyk. He's probably honing his skills by hunting the dangerous creatures in the Shadowlands. Is there anything else? Just a warning, Killy the Bid. The assignments I've just given you are far more difficult than simple bounties I gave you as your first test. Complete all 3 missions and you'll have proven yourself to be truly worthy of joining the Genoharajan. As before, you'll be well rewarded for each successful bounty. You can return to me after each mission to collect your reward. Is there anything else, Killy the Bid? I'll be back later. I'll be waiting for you, Killy the Bid. The Genoharajan are eager to see the extent of your abilities. Sweet. Swoop fans.
This street is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street.
This is a public street.
Hiding behind the Selkath laws. Typical Republic cowardice.
Sure. Okay. Like, I just said I didn't want to have to, you know, do that. But okay, whatever. Ooh. Ooh. Not bad. Are we gonna do the creepy dance again? Yeah. Oh no, we do an arm pump that time. That's much better than a dance. Second round worth 2,000 credits to you. Many racers bow out when they reach this level, but I have a feeling you won't. The next round of races determines sector champion. You have to be flawless to achieve that. I am ready to race. Before you do, your next race will be against the leader time set by Huckzar Jax. He's very insisting you speak with him first. Please try not to anger the Gamorrean. He could prove troublesome. We don't want the scandal to have to jail professional swoop racers. Where is he? He'll be in the Racers Lounge, the room just to the east. Alright, I'll be back later. Nice. Racers Lounge. Here you are. Yeah, you come talk to me. Got something to tell you, little racer. Who could have jacked doesn't like how fast you go. I told once already, and I want you to remember, you don't win sector champion spot. If you do, there will be trouble. I will race, and I will win. Then you and Huck the Jacks are gonna have problems. I promise you that. You was warned fair and square. So he wanted to talk to me to threaten me. Well, let's go stomp his time in the dirt. Come on, 2250, 2250, 2250. Like, he's right. Like, it's like a perfect, it has to be a perfect race. All the other times were too easy. This one, actually challenging. Oh, yes! Whew. Whew. Aw, creepy dance again. How was that? Greetings, Sector Champion. You've proven a spectacular racer, despite the near-lawless taunting of Hux the Tracks. You have won a great deal of money. The payment for becoming Sector Champion is 5,000 credits. That'll be the last amount offered for now. When we begin a new round of races, we'll make certain you are notified. I'll go back later. Of course, Sector Champion. Let's go rub it in his face. I imagine he's not going to be too happy. Huxon says you earned a big enemy. You should have lost when you were told to lose. Now someone's got to be done. Not here, because Selkath cameras are watching. It's too smart for that. I'll get you when you least expect. You just wait. Cool. You do that, buddy. Congratulations on winning the Manaan Championship. I do enjoy watching your races, human. Makes a nice break from the hectic world I must deal with every day of my business. I'd like to meet with Ithor Guldar. Can you set it up? You need to meet with Ithor? Forgive my skepticism, but you hardly resemble our typical client. We deal in the kinds of pieces found in the chambers of galactic senators. I represent an anonymous buyer from Coruscant. Yes, you do have the look about you. An air of one who serves the rich and powerful. Servile fawning. Ah, look, I've seen in my own mirror too often. Very well, I'll set up a meeting with my boss. The Sith permit Thorak to conduct his private business in their non-secured hangar. Go to the docking bays and we'll meet you there. Alright, so that non-secured hangar, looks like I'll be able to do that.
Jolee, it is you.
I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolee. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolee. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Yes, yes. Go into the courts. Go into the courts. Nilko Boss. Who are you? Human, I wish to speak to you if you have time. Everyone wants to talk to me. Greetings, human. My name is Nico Boas. I hope you're enjoying yourself here in Alto City. The floating city, beautiful, is it not? It truly is a wonder to behold. You are too gracious, human. The beauty of Manaan is delicate, our ecosystem complex and fragile. I fear for the preservation of my planet. What are you talking about? There's a task I would ask, human. Jedi. I fear there's nowhere I can turn. What do you want me to do? Rest assured, there will be ample reward for this, human. I require information, nothing more. The Republic has been hiring mercenaries, many more than usual. It is official to Selkath people. This is a great concern to me. I only see the reason this change in Republic policy. Why do you need me for this? I cannot trust anyone else. The Republic obviously wants to keep their secrets. I have inquired often as to the purpose of their being rebuffed. The Sith cannot be trusted to give me an accurate report of events. They will twist the truth so that it furthers their own goals. And the mercenaries are well aware of the high wages the Republic is paying. They will not report anything that might slow the flow of credits to their account. Uncovering the truth behind the Republic's actions, I will pay 500 credits.
Be careful here, kid. Start poking your nose in a place it doesn't belong, and you might not like what you find.
Please, if you could find the answers I seek, find why the Republic is hiring so many mercenaries, find why they are going, find why they do not return. I'll look into it, but I'll do it only for the money. Once you have the answer I seek, I'll gladly pay you 500 credits, I promise. Alright, so got some secrets to learn too. Oh, look at this guy, look at that armor. He looks sweet. Greetings, human. My name is Shalas. I've heard it said you know a friend of the Sith. Is it true? My allegiances are my own business. You are wise to be so guarded, human, but my sources are rarely wrong. You have informed me that you are no friend of Malik's people. Though I suspect we have little in common, human, I share your dislike for the Sith. They have brought grief to my family. I am no fool. I know the Sith do not respect our laws as the Republic does. Were it up to me, I would do everything in my power to aid the Republic in their war against Malik. But intergalactic politics stay in my hands. Still, I know the Sith are evil, and I fear what they will do to my people, what they may be doing now. What are you talking about? Many of the Selkath have vanished, human. More than have gone missing on the cusp of adulthood. The youth who will someday lead the planet, my own daughter, Shasa, is among those who have disappeared. Their disappearances coincide with the arrival of the Sith. I cannot dismiss the connection. The Sith are up to something, human, something sinister. I can feel it. You want me to investigate these disappearances? I'll keep 500 credits if you can uncover the fate of my daughter and the other missing Selkath youth. Not much, but I can afford. It's no official authority in this matter. My personal wealth is not vast. There's no one else I can turn to, human. The Republic agents are too closely watched by the Sith. The Alto City authorities cannot act without proof of a Sith involvement. I shall look into the disappearances for you. I cannot imagine where to begin the investigation, though. I suspect the Sith do not act alone. Perhaps the off-world or mercenary enclave knows something. If you learn anything human, report back to me at once. If you uncover the fate of my daughter or other missing Selkath youth, I'll reward you as promised. These are a lot of people. Ooh, Duan?
You're new around here, aren't you? My name's Duan. Care to buy a Sith girl a drink? That is, unless you're one of those simpering Republic soldiers.
I'm Curly the Beard. I'm just here to check out the swoop races.
Well, some of the soldiers like to go and bet on the swoops on their day off, but this planet is bad enough without mingling with the locals. It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do absolutely nothing. Malik should send a fleet in and conquer this whole sector, Kolto or no. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind, you know?
I heard your sister taking an interest in Selkath.
we Sith are interested in a lot of things. If you're smart, you'll stay out of Sith business. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind, you know?
Aw, I want to try and persuade her, but I guess I'll be going.
I get it. I get a little bit wild, and you want to hold it against me. Come on, what's the matter? Afraid I'll drink you under the table? Hey, if you're not man enough to keep up, who needs you? Seems I'm not ladylike enough for some men. Well, I may be a woman, but I'm still a soldier. Barkeep, bring me another round.
I feel like I could have got information out of her if I were being friendly, but apparently that's not an option. Alright, well, what about this guy? Maybe I can chat him up.
Hey, man. Clear out. You're cramping my style with the ladies.
Alright, then. I guess not.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers. They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Oh, gosh darn it. I haven't been reading. I got lost. Taunts and threats are not sufficient provocation to rise to this court. Words cannot be ignored, which is what your men should have done. I find both the Republic and Sith both equally at fault for the breach of the peace. I should throw all parties involved into Alta City Jail, but since no Selkath were harmed in the conflict, I will show mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides. Bitch! The court is dismissed, so I warn you, any further disturbances will not be viewed with such leniency. Jeez. Just a minor issue. I am Judge Shalkar, acting on behalf of the Selkath government of Manaan. It is my task today to answer questions in need of awful citizens before the Republic and Sith Empire. If you have a legitimate grievance with another party, you should speak to me. You should first, however, consult with the Republic Embassy before pursuing formal charges. Is there something you wish to bring to my attention? I'd like to investigate the murder case involving Sunry. That's acceptable. I believe in Manaan legal tradition, the defendant can have an arbiter who tries to prove the innocence in court. This arbiter is the neutral party that can investigate and present evidence in your trial. They argue on the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you could fulfill the role adequately.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in the case of Sunry versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded in our files. I will now inform you the pertinent facts of the case. You have a limited amount of time in which to investigate the organized defense of your client. I advise you use it wisely. Sunry was seen leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Eliza Herso. He has been charged with murder and is being held in the Alto City prison facility. Due to his crippled status, he's being kept in a solitary holding cell. Witnesses claimed to have seen the killing are being detained at the hotel to question for pending trial. The manager of the hotel has now been informed of your appointment. Eliza was found dead of the blaster wound with an incriminating Republic metal clutched in her hand. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It would be wise to review all information before a trial starts. You may question Sunry and the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunry. I believe it'll take some doing to absolve him of guilt.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
You may also interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of the pertinent factors in this case. Since there's also a first case, you're an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add good luck as a final missive. So, we just walked in here, and because we're Jedi, we were made, essentially, the lawyer for this guy without any background check. Sounds legit to me, but that's where we're going to be ending for today. It looks like Manaan's going to be taking a while, so next episode we're going to be doing a lot of focus on this investigation, and if we have time we'll splash into the Sith Embassy, but there was just so much talking going on, and I did all the other sources of looking around, getting a feel for Manaan. I feel like this is where we're going to stop. So we have a few things to do. We're going to meet the secretive buyer and assassinate him on the Sith deck. We are going to try and help Jolee's friend in their civil case. We're going to infiltrate the Sith base, and we're going to do several things in there. We're going to try and get back the droid, and we're going to see what's going on with the Sith youth. And then we also have to look into the Republic, because there's definitely some odd stuff going on there. But we'll get to all of that next week. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode with me. Thank you so much, and thank you especially to the patrons who help make this content possible. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, and yeah, when it's all said and done, we'll see what we get to move on to next. So thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys enjoyed, and going to stick around for much more great content coming out every day of the week, Monday through Friday. But until next video, watching me up, see me in next. I'll see you there.